Hello and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we have another match of the Link to the Past Randomizer Crosskeys Tournament 2021. We are in Swiss round 6 and today we show the match between ninjembro and breve. Commentators for this will be Excalibur and Jinxie Curl. Say hello.
Hello.
Hey, yeah.
Now I'm worried that I don't know how to say Brev's name, so that's going to worry me for the next 2 hours. But two, these are two runners that are both one loss, which means they're doing pretty well, all things considered. That we haven't shown on stream yet, and there's been a little bit of a push to try to make sure we show everybody that's doing well that hasn't been shown yet. So if you've never heard of these people before, we promise that they're probably good. They seem to be winning a lot, and they seem to have decent times. Brev lost to Pretty Wong earlier in the tournament, and then beat some other people that are reasonable players. And ninjembro lost to someone named Furious Magic, which who I've never heard of, but Furious Magic put in a 1:45 as their winning time, which is a reasonable time to lose to. So we'll see how they do. And Jinxie's doing comms for the first time in a while. I was looking for a last-minute co-commentator, and Jinxie said, "I like Excalibur. I'll talk to him for a couple of hours." Thanks, Jinxie.
My pleasure, sir. And apologies already to chat, as I have not commentated in quite a few moons, so this should be fun and interesting.
And maybe not entirely confident, but that's okay.
Okay, I had to refresh both streams real quickly, and so I asked both of you and also the trackers to do a refresh. Just in case you are not ahead or behind.
So for those of you in chat, this race is on a 10-minute delay, which is why we're starting at the unusual time of 10 past. But they've been off and running for 10 minutes already, which means that they should be snappy about joining interviews at the end. TR Big Key in the first chest is eventually probably useful.
I feel like that's one of the more useful big keys to find early on because there are so many entrances into D-Rock.
Man, if you can't say entrance, this is a bad mode for you to be commentating on, Jinx.
Right. There's Hera.
It's worth noting that was a Kakariko sanctuary, I believe. I've lost Brev's stream, so hopefully it reappears shortly.
I still have it. Looks like he's heading south, gonna do a fake flipper up to the Witch's Hut. Pretty typical opening. There we have the Lost Woods Thief with a bottle with a B in it. Kind of interesting to get. I'm more inclined to get a bottle pretty early on, just because you never know when that sick kid is gonna pop up.
Yeah, I mean, you go a little bit out of your way to get the first one just to save you the heartbreak of having to go back later. Oh
wow, we are finding lots of dungeons here super early on. We already have Hera and the back of Skullwoods. There is that bottle for ninjembro. I know I'm not going to say that right, so we can worry about both of their names.
Yeah, is a thing that the commentary team forgot to do before the race, because of the 10-minute delay, was ask both the runners how we should say their names. So, apologies. Looks like ninjembro has already gotten 2 bottles. And Brev has save and quit now 3 times, which seems excessive. But has gotten bombs for doing the back of escape.
Just a $50 return from our bottle vendor, although that really didn't cost us much because Ninja gave him that pretty B, so that works out.
And ninjembro remembers to actually talk to the bomb shop guy. You should do that, especially when he's right here. And Desert and Skullwoods are among the easier to complete dungeons. That's probably good news.
So we have Big Key to Skullwoods as well as Quake there in the back of the castle. King's Tomb giving us the beloved Bugnet.
A little bit confused by Brev's running. I mean, you have to save and quit to the back of escape, but why aren't you just doing Kakariko? You have a save and quit point there. Maybe there's connectors to these places you're walking to. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, interesting. I don't know. Maybe changing it up a little bit. You know, trying to meta a little, if you will.
Maybe. It feels like over metagaming, if that's what's going on. Like rather than doing things that are good, I'll do things that are bad and hope that they work out. But it looks like we're getting a mini Moldorm plus dam check, and arguing with a Ludo Crab for 80 rupees. Brev did not do Houlihan. In fact, neither of our owners did Houlihan. So
Yeah, that's an interesting choice. I typically like to do the Houlihan vengeance just because I feel more comfortable with cash.
I feel
It's
like they
pretty
both
easy to get.
checked the witch's hut, but didn't want to do the fake flipper across to. Oh, looks like here we go. Going back, so this might be the Houlihan check or the Houlihan by Brev now.
Oh, there's Ganon's Tower. Can't do much, but we will check the torch, grab a key, check the hope room. You know, fun stuff.
There's the well at useless fairy drop, so
That's pretty nice.
we'll go get that. I missed the torch item on Ninjembro's side.
Find it as well. Oh, there's boots. Hey.
Boots. All right, now we get to see if the torch item's any good. We need to run back over there. This is a reason to check the torch before you check the right hand, the harp room.
Oh,
sorry,
Big
check
Key
both of them.
GT and a sword over in Cackwell.
Sword and boots early is going to make some nice, nice moving around the map.
Yeah, very interesting start. We have some really nice starting items that typically you don't get this early, like the boots as well as a sword. I mean, 5-minute sword. Excuse me.
I thought you were going to talk about the bug net, the blue mail, and 2 bottles. But
I am a big fan of safeties in the game, so I would not complain about a bug met. It's all right. Everything's fine. Nobody panic.
that's a vanilla bat for Ninjembro. And we'll see if he throws one of his bottles in the fairy fountain here. And that he cashed in his gold B.
Ooh, that's nice.
A blue potion for free. Probably not gonna go back there and get more blue potions, but it's actually totally reasonable. You know, if that's a relatively convenient location, and any empty bottles can just be turned into blue potions. So.
Yeah, it's certainly very convenient considering the potion shop typically is hidden pretty well in Crosskeys. Oh, there's my house. Let's go see what's in the chicken hut. Hey, it's Bombos.
Are you secretly a fire mage, Jinxie?
Yes. Only on weekends, though.
Okay. Brev, going into Tarpera now, that there are some bombs, or sorry, a sword, I guess, is the access that Brev's using. Not willing to pick up the first price shield, but a bow.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Both players found Tarpera with 0 items, and so Brev making a second trip up to the area, or second trip there, to pick up those 2 items is good running. And Ninjembro is too cool for bombing open walls now that he can run into them face first.
Yeah. All right, Breve finding Ganon's Tower as well. Yeah, I really like that blue potion from the fairy give. You have that save and quit right there in Kakariko. That is so convenient, and that is going to save a lot of money because safeties sometimes are pretty important in Crosskeys.
Yeah, I mean they already have, or Ninjembro at least has the blue mail, but just being able to solo your way through some boss fights almost certainly would save more time than the cost of going and refilling that. All right, that's a bloomerang on Lumberjack Ledge.
Well, we're definitely doing. Oh no, I was wrong. I was thinking that was Aga drop. I was like, yeah, we're definitely doing Aga now for that. It's all right. I'll catch up. Don't worry about it.
Brev does the hope room before the torch and still doesn't want the item on the torch. But ninjembro is interested in picking up the bloomerang, which.
A stun item early on is pretty convenient. I think I definitely. I mean, it's not that far out of the way to pick it up. You're on 3 hearts. You do have blue mail, but you're still on 3 hearts, and you don't know when you're going to have access to the dark world. So,
yeah,
I definitely don't blame them for picking it up.
Oh, our first Hyrule Castle entrance in the back here, in the stump in the back of Lost Woods. No, and ninjembro hasn't seen the sword yet either. So just being able to stun dudes out of the way is not nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
For instance, stun plus bomb strats against these front of escape guys easier than this nonsense. We'll see if Brev remembers to check the bottle throw in. It's like, no.
Well, we already have 4 big keys less than 10 minutes in. That is pretty interesting.
Yep. And you know that the 10th one, or the last one that's necessary, is going to take. It's going to be hiding somewhere for a minute.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. I feel like early cape is kind of nice too, especially if you get that Hyrule Castle check with the top 3. You're not going to have to worry if you have the Master Sword or not. You're going to be able to check all those entrances because it is a pain in the neck to get back to.
Yeah, I mean, early cape. I mean, you'd much rather see other items on your tracker, but the cape is certainly like the 20th best thing you could find in the game. And,
exactly.
Has real logical implications, and I for one suck at bootsless laser skips, so being able to do Turtle Rock Bridge or Laser Bridge is nice. Ninjembro letting his fairy out of a bottle. He can die without the fairy being like, "What'd you do that for?"
Just a small key to Skullwoods there back in Zelda's chest. Looks like we're going to get a look at our Dark Cross and possibly some connectors.
I hope we see connectors. There's.
I mean, we've had a few, but nothing really. Like, we had the Turtle Rock, which is kind of an out-of-logic connector anyway, obviously, because we can't really get anywhere else, but haven't really seen too many connectors as of yet. Ooh, there's the upgrade fairy. Definitely nice to find super early in the game, just so you don't really have to worry about bombs anymore.
I like the choice to buy both bombs and arrows there. Yes, it might eventually make Zoro problematic, but probably not. I enjoy that Brev, like, I can go in here. Let's not.
Maybe not.
But 15 bombs is like way more than 10. Basically, you never run out of one upgrade pack for bombs.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the deserting Meyer here. It is a little early to dip in there, although I have found that Meyer has often carried something very specific, like the Moon Pearl or something very necessary.
With no keys yet, I could see putting, like, don't need keys to make all the checks in there, but the logic thinks you do. And so knowing that whatever can't be in logic yet. So ninjembro did step out of the castle before checking the connectors. Might just check these 2 entrances and go back. In fact, that's what I'd be tempted to do. And or just have this happen. But got the unfortunate news that Ganon is behind Aga 1 today. So we get to beat the world's least effective boss at some point today.
Yeah, that's painful because that search for those 2 small keys can be freaking brutal.
Yeah, and the seed is under no obligation to put them anywhere reasonable, including but not limited to we might have to open the front door of Ganon's tower with our 7 crystals.
I have seen that happen. That is awful.
Ninjembro finds the useless fairy at Sank, which means we don't have to come back to the club, at least. I missed what the 3rd exit to Hyrule Castle was, so I can't shout it out, I'm sorry.
I did as well. I was too busy watching to see what was in Turtle Rock.
And here's Ninjembro getting his sword.
Wow, Hyrule Castle exits are all crap today.
Yeah. I mean, having 1 exit up there would actually be kind of useful, because you can... it's a way to get to the top of the map. But having them all be next to each other is like, well, thanks game. If I wanted all the exits of Hyrule Castle to be next to each other, I wouldn't be playing Crosskeys.
Exactly.
Looks like Breve is skipping out on the Bloomerang. With bow and sword already in hand, I think that's a more... I think that's understandable.
Uh-huh.
Certainly biases. Yeah. I think both answers are still reasonable in both runner seats, but certainly having real big boy weapons is a reason to step away from the Bloomerang. It also does make quick swapping that little much harder.
It looks like we're going to head over towards the eastern area. Check these 2 entrances here down by Lake Hylia. As Breve goes through Hyrule Castle. Oh, there's Desert.
So, given where Desert is, I'd be tempted to check connectors immediately for a couple of reasons. 1, you can get back to here super fast. It's right next to this house. And 2, you can get back to here super fast from Link's house, and so if these connectors go somewhere good, you can use them multiple times.
Yeah, definitely.
On the other hand, and I guess number 3 is we have boots, and Desert is much less tedious when you have boots. Looks like we are interested in a heart.
Yeah, I definitely don't blame him for grabbing that heart there. I do like... I typically don't check connectors this super early unless they are very, very close to a save and quit point, which I feel like this is pretty much as close as you're going to get at this point.
Yeah, it's actually one of the entrances closest to a save and quit point, despite the fact that it often doesn't get checked for a few minutes after the seat starts. It's in the wrong direction for some runners.
Did Ninjembro check the bonk rocks by Link's house? Did he miss that? Interesting.
That is a good
That's
connector.
a nice connector.
As it happens, it's not useful yet. Because getting Super Bunny into that cave is hard. And we don't have a mirror. But you better believe when Ninjembro finds a Moon Pearl or a mirror, we'll be going out that door again. Looks like he is not interested in checking the 3rd desert connector at this point.
Do another connector.
This one is real fast. You found it the fast way. Everybody remember that sometimes you find it the fast way. Those 2. Not super great spot.
Yeah, no, I'm not feeling that.
I mean...
Hey, but there's Thieves Town.
I'm happy to find it once, if that makes sense. It saves us going back, checking checkerboard. It got us over to the desert area in a actually much faster way than walking over here from the right. The point where you might even use it to get back to Thieves Town again later in the seed. You remember that it's there.
Yeah, that's fair. Especially if you don't have the flute.
Brev, having chosen to not continue through to check connectors, it's the news about where the connectors go.
Okay, so this is going to be our last check in Thieves Town, unless this is the big key. Oh my god. Okay, no, it's Hera. I was like, wow, that was pretty cool. But
5 big keys?
yeah, but that gives us, I mean, some pretty decent access to Hera. We don't have that small key, but we can go and finish it.
Yep. And I wouldn't be surprised to see ninjembro go do that at least once his desert sweep is complete. He hasn't yet made it back for the pre-big key items. Now go get 5 items and what is that? 6/8, 5/8 of a crystal. So. We haven't been talking so much about Brev because I feel like Brev chose to do some things early that means that for the last 15 minutes or so, they've been following ninjembro around. Speaking of Hera.
Yeah, I think Hera is pretty accessible, and it being kind of up at the castle, you kind of want to get it out of the way and just be done with it.
Yeah, it's quick and it's easy, and it has a bow in it. Yeah, we're gonna get like a sub 23-minute crystal in Crosskeys, which does happen sometimes. Potentially crystal dungeon completion. Nice use the holes there.
Yeah, that was really nice execution there.
I think that was not quite NMG levels of that room, but it was pretty good.
We are running pretty low on checks here. We do have the Eastern Palace as well as the
Eastern area, Ice Rod area, and then the front door desert on the to-do list.
I'm wondering if one of those desert connectors is going to take us, well, the only one we haven't seen is going to take us up to the mountain.
Very possible. I mean, or one of the, 5 remaining accessible entrances that we haven't seen can also lead us up to the mountain.
Yeah, I find the lack of connectors pretty alarming this at this point in the... We don't really have any nice Dark World connectors, not that we can do much. I mean, but with there being like a complete lack of a connector that's going to take us to the Dark World efficiently, that could cause a lot of trouble, and you're going to have to find... Oh, there's Hookshot. Typical Dark World access.
With the hook in hand, of course, getting to either side of the mountain is going to get us to the entire mountain. So, yeah, if we find a single connector of interest, we can get to a lot of places. Or what I was going to say before the hookshot turned up was we don't have glove or hammer or moon pearl.
Yeah, missing a lot.
And so, if the moon pearl turns up, we could potentially have a tedious way into the Dark World, via some things we haven't discovered yet, that we're going to have to use multiple times to find conventional Dark World access. Is Brev getting the news about Mini Moldarm?
Because even that Dark World connection up to the laser bridge, to the bridge up there, you can't access any more Dark World once you're there, so that kind of nullifies the Dark World connector there, but hopefully we'll find something over here near Eastern. And I agree with chat. I do appreciate the irony of Hookshot being on Moldorm and Hera.
Yeah. There is a minor glitches mode that would make that that would care about Hera pot, but this isn't that. And nobody plays minor glitches mode.
Next thing they're gonna put Samaria in Ice Palace. Oh, hey. Hello, Swamp.
That Flute 5 location?
Yeah.
That's exciting. So, for those of you that are going to inevitably ask in an hour, have we found the dam yet? We have the new water droplets tracker, where we can cross out the water in the dam when they finally drain it. So, coming soon, by which I mean now, to a tracker near you.
I completely missed how Brave got to Dark World. It had to have been some kind of... was it desert?
Yep.
I feel like it was the desert main. Yep, there we go.
And then immediately goes into Skullwoods, the thing that's definitely not in logic. But, and dealing with... So you can do all of you could always consistently do all of Skullwoods with Money Revival and Falling Down Poles. But I hadn't seen this before. But it's tedious as heck. I hadn't seen using cape and pulling on the statue to save magic. That's cute.
Yeah, that is. That's a really nice little knowledgeable thing there. Oh my gosh, another bottle there in Mire. I think the nice thing about the location of the dungeons we found so far is they're all flute spots, which probably means we are never going to see the flute in this game.
Yeah.
They are. We have Flute 5 for Swamp Palace. We have Thieves Town over in Desert. A lot of dungeons, GT, Turtle Rock, Misery Mire over in Kakariko. And at the Witch's Hut, we have Skull Woods. So, naturally, probably not going to find the flute anytime soon.
Yep. So, Brev now gets to murder more bunnies. Two so far. Possibility of more in the future. We'll see if... So ninjembro, I believe, has got spat out at checkerboard and chose to continue to the desert area. So we'll see if he goes all the way over to Ice Rod on this.
Oh, we did get that Skullwoods big key quite early. Oh, for the Fire Rod, Vanilla, hello.
Vanilla and way out of logic.
Yeah, but hey.
But it's worth remembering on Brev's side that the Fire Rod is Moonpearl locked. So maybe don't chase fire locations just quite yet.
I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a Mire dip. Although we do have the TR big too, so he could technically go to Crystal Roller Room if he wanted. Okay, over in Ice Rod Cave area, only 2 checks here as we do not have those gloves, but hey, there's the Pyramid Fairy with an awesome map of Dark Palace. Oh, and another map of Ice Palace. So this should also be a blue potion because this is Light World. Wherever the fairies are is what you will get, so both fairies will be spitting out blue potions as ninjembro is remembering and filling up. I like your safety thinking, sir.
You fill up 2 bottles with blue potions?
Oh my god, 3 maps over the ice area. Gross. But kind of cool, I guess.
And chat making the valid point that coming into Mire is, even though the fire's locked side is out of logic, and it's like way out of logic, knowing that you can do it at least makes it less likely you're going to have to dip it again before you can beat it. Ninjembro finds...
It's Hype Cave. I knew there was going to be something there.
Red
Yep.
Moon Pearl. That's at Link's House Bonkrocks, which he totally could have done before he did all those much less convenient things.
Yep. I was having, convulsions over here that nobody was checking it because I felt in my bones that there was something there, and sure enough. Oh, there's Berna and Meyer. Not terrible, not completely useless, but not very exciting since we already have that cave. But hey, it's an item.
I wonder if these runners are a little bit less experienced at cross keys than some of the other runners, because I feel like people that play lots and lots of cross keys don't leave behind the bonus bonk rocks, in the way that people, because it's a location you actually don't even like see if you're playing non-entrance randos.
Oh hey, our fire rod's in logic though now.
Yeah.
Is there something up at this connector? Oh, I guess it was.
Yes, there's
Okay.
Mini Molder Cave.
Oh, yes. Okay, I missed it. Sorry.
Yeah, we're remembering to come back here because as soon as we have our moon pearl, which is good to remember and on a Jembro's part.
Yeah, for sure.
Now he's gonna get disappointed because there's not gonna be anything in here, but that was a 0 out of 10 Mini Molder Cave right there.
Yeah, and you could see his face. He was just like, oh, stupid. Bad anymore. But hey, Hype Cave was good for the first time in, 5 years? Hype Cave was actually pretty hype. So.
You even have to bunny walk to get there. I feel like Hype Cave is slightly more hype in Cross Keys because you get to talk to the guy as a bunny and he gives you stuff sometimes.
Which is very important to know because sometimes he has your moon pearl. Oh, there's a small key to desert in Meyer. I don't think... Did ninjembro not get that?
No, I don't believe he did. And I believe that chat was complaining about it. So.
Yeah. Good reason, because now I want to know what's over there.
It does. The writing is kind of obnoxious. Get it? So I think he just didn't feel like walking back over here.
But I feel like going into Meyer without a fire source, you're kind of committing to doing that check.
Yeah, but he got a... I don't know.
There's a blue potion, which we did see.
Ninjembro's fully up on blue potions at this point. Even unsolving the puzzle here to get out of Skullwoods.
Okay, so here is that TR check here over for Breve. Ninjembro going to grab probably a key and check some connectors here because sometimes Skullwoods is really dumb.
And does have the big is going to get the fire rod right here when he gets around to it.
Yeah.
Sure. This is a way to rev Skullwoods.
We'll be able to check the Skullwoods entrance as well, too, with that fire rod, because Breve did not have that moon pearl when he was here, when they were here.
This is the point that I was attempting to make.
Sorry.
No. You're on my wavelength, Jinxie. I kind of hate fighting poke. Like, you have a fire rod. Go find some magic. This is Turtle Rock. There's tons of it.
You just picked that. They just picked up a blue potion.
Yeah, or use that.
Yeah.
Why are you doing fire rod pokes? Or fighter sword pokes?
It's like a rite of passage, though. I mean, if you're doing cross keys, you got to do it. It's only fair. Okay, so Crystal Turtle Rock, Crystal Pod, Crystal Skullwoods. Oh, hey, Master Sword.
And Ninjembro giving us a remarkably early map check for cross keys. On the other hand, he got a whole bunch of maps. So,
Breve about to get their moon pearl, finding Hype Cave over the Bonk Rocks. Oh, hey, Hammer! hammer over on the bumper ledge.
All right, I guess we're checking connectors. The only way to get that hammer is out a door somewhere. So Huffbuff, Brev hasn't checked the fairies give blue pots, but on the other hand, he has a bee and could very easily have turned that into whatever when he found a fairy. So that's like true, but it's their own fault.
The generous thief cave over the dark sink. That's not too much to write home about.
No, with 759 rupees in hand, we don't need to rob some poor schmuck of his hard stolen cash. Though it is telling that the only sources of money in this game appear to be robbing people, and like either you rob somebody that's already robbed someone, or you rob someone, or gambling. The economy of Hyrule has problems. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, they drop money everywhere. Freaking, you can find bombs in bushes. Like, it's scary. There's really just pure anarchy in Hyrule, honestly.
I feel like raising children in this country would be quite challenging. Just from a safety point of view. So, ninjembro finishes off his North Dark World loop and heads into the village of Outcasts. Super Bunny Cave was not super. And Brev has Master Sword to make this Moldorm fight much easier.
There is Paradox Cave. I like Paradox Cave very much. And this is also 2 more connectors, which could get us up to that bumper ledge and to that elusive hammer. Oh, speaking of, here you go.
Yep.
Okay, they are not having to work very hard for these very particular connectors, so I'm getting a little salty about it. They need to have something trolly, which I'm sure it's going to be the Aga Tower keys, but yeah, that was way too easy.
So what you're looking for is like Pendant Ice Palace at Ganon's Tower front door for the last Aga Tower key.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
If you want to be truly cruel, it can be on the pedestal and have a pendant dungeon behind Ganon's Tower front door.
Who hurt you? There's our first small key to Ice Palace.
Yeah, the first one, otherwise known as the useful one.
Nothing else. That's really disappointing when Paradox has nothing, especially when you don't find, because I typically only find the connector that you need the mirror for when I don't have it.
That's the last exit of Paradox on the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
If so,
yeah,
that's a really good connector.
It's a very nice connector.
Alright, here's Brev back to do Mothula, I believe. So remember how I said that Brev shouldn't get too distracted by fire rod things? I feel like Brev has gotten distracted by fire rod things.
But Brev has the moon pearl.
Oh, Brev has the moon pearl.
So is in logic, yeah.
Okay. I'm convinced.
I mean, but it's so easy to jump out of logic and cross keys and then find yourself in a very particular position.
Yeah. Well, I think you inevitably, to play Crosskeys well, need to be able to depart from Nice Mr. Logic. But, oh no. But you should try to keep track of the way that you're out of logic in order to inform your decision making.
Yeah, definitely be able to narrow down other things like that moon pearl. You know, knowing it wouldn't be behind anything logically fire-locked kind of makes it a little bit easier to narrow out where it is, especially with how much of the overworld was already checked.
Unfortunately, Brev, with a unfortunate experience in the Gibdo's room, has fewer fire shots than they would like for this Mothula fight. But actually,
was that Ice Rod up on Spec Rock? I just
know,
caught it out of the corner of my eye. I don't know.
I was watching Brev fight Mothula. Which went well.
So I am starting to get concerned about our 5-6 crystals as we have access to both of them. Have not found the back of desert yet, but we will be able to finish it as soon as we find it. Skull Woods being a red crystal and pretty accessible pretty much from the start of the game. Yeah, that is a nice rod. How about that? I feel like that could be something important.
Yeah. Yeah, given that the bomb shop was next door to the sanctuary, like
Yeah.
Here's Brev making these right-sided desert checks that ninjembro just get left behind for basically no reason. So we'll see if there's something cool here.
Oh,
Steve's
hey,
done
we
big
have the
key.
hammer. We can do that.
So hopefully, ninjembro gets around to picking up the map check test in Myra before a lack of Thief's End big key becomes a major problem, because that's what he's left behind.
Hold on, I think I'm really behind. Let me refresh here.
Brev's stream has been acting up for me as well. I found that if I can't watch him on full resolution or he stops working. They stop working. Ah, here's Agate Tower.
Hey, nice.
It's in this first chest. Just the compass. But it's nice to have found Agate Tower, at least, given that we know we have to complete it today.
Again, another flute spot. Like, not super close, but yeah, definitely a flute spot.
Actually, a pretty terrible spot. We're probably going to try to resist coming back there for the second item for as long as possible. Just to save the walk. Alright, here's Brev heading back to Desert Middle to get into Dark World.
Hey, back at desert.
Back Desert at Spike Cave. We can just do this, so let's just do this.
Yeah, definitely finish it up. You don't want to come back up here for that.
Well, it's not like a well-played landmo fight. You're not going to use your sword anyway, and you have a fire rod. What more do you want, right? Like, you have boots, you have hook, you have fire rod. It's not getting better. You're here. Do it. And you know,
I really hope Reeve checks these connectors here to find that hammer.
Yeah. I don't think it's gotten the news about connectors being super important yet, but looks... Yeah. Execution not perfect on this landmo fight, but recycle, I think. Could be worse.
Yeah, I've lost Reeve's stream.
Me too. But let me hassle our restreamer and see if Siberian has information. Let's ask chat too. Chat, can you see Brief stream consistently, or is he choppy for you guys as well?
I can tell you I had to refresh Brief for restream, so you might also refresh the commentary page, and he found the hammer.
What? So
as well as a port small.
The hammer is the critical thing that came out of Paradox, so that's good to hear.
Oh, it looks like ninjembro is going to go and take care of Skull Woods to finish both of those 5-6 crystals. So I would be anxious to see if he is planning on making a trip to that big bomb, so then he can get.
he doesn't really have a good way to get the bomb delivered yet.
Yeah, true. Because you would have to go through a connect. Yeah, never mind.
I mean, getting your ducks in a row so you can turn it in at your first trip to the pyramid seems like a totally reasonable thing to do, but it's not yet the case that you can actually turn it in.
Wait, the bomb shop's in the light world, isn't it?
Yes, but the actual pyramid is not.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. So you'd need a mirror to do it, wouldn't you?
Well,
Can you? I don't know. It's been a while for me since I played. Thank you, Tofa.
Sorry for the slightly distracted commentary for the last few minutes, folks. We're chasing down the technical difficulties.
Okay, so we are going to get a look at Dark Kakariko here. Nothing really remarkable yet, but we do have that hammer, so we are going to get to check that hammer locked location for nothing. For nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Except for the satisfying sound effect.
Yeah.
Which I have Brev's audio on to hear the nice hook of the peg smashing noise. We find the library, it's nothing. So I mentioned really early in the stream when you were like, man, all the connectors aren't great. But if we did find a Dark World connector, we might be seeing it a few times. I think this is ninjembro's 4th trip through desert to get to the Dark World.
Yeah, that is grossly unfortunate.
Yeah. At least it's close to Link's house. Ninjembro going through Skull Woods as a connector. Another connector you don't really want to be using. Just forgot to do this on his previous trip, as far as I can tell.
At least it's an item. We have a Gina's Cave here, locked by Skull Woods.
Yeah,
so hopefully it's a useful item, maybe not.
Just done this. Like, I think what happened is he got the fire rod in Skull Woods and forgot, like, had already mentally not checked this entrance. I think that happens not infrequently, that people's plans get disrupted and they don't follow up. Speaking of big keys, we now have a big key to Pod. We are running out of big keys to find in the game, which is a good thing. 46 minutes in. Forever, we're going to check Link's house for bomb shop bonk rocks. Red potion. Not as good as the free blue potions you can turn up, but you know, oh well. Have I listened to see?
I don't know, the seed is weird.
I think what you're saying is this seed is fast.
Fast-ish. I don't know how I feel about it yet. There's Hookshot Cave, and we do have the Hookshot, so this could be an interesting connector.
And well, interesting connector and pile of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not getting my hopes up at this point. All of our big item locations have been crap, other than Hype Cave.
We got the Hype Cave.
Hype Cave was good, but that's it. Look, we had 20 rubies.
And the well had a sword and some other stuff that was good.
The well technically doesn't count because it is pretty much available, and you know it's going to be one of 5 or 6 locations. See, I told you, Hookshot Cave was junk.
Brev not interested in going out the other entrances. I disagree with this maneuver.
Does have the hammer, so can go up towards the pod area, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be inclined to check that.
Yep. But
Or just doing the exact opposite of whatever I say.
so there's an argument that getting back to where they currently are sucks, and so getting as many of these instances out of the way as possible before you get led away from here is correct. We might see them pick that up on the way around. And Brev, remembering that he has the plastic Fisher-Price shield and that it actually does something, deflected a present thing.
Mindset.
Well, it's gonna be crap too, by your logic. So why are we even excited?
I know. Well, there's pod key. I mean, that's okay. Okay, a sword. Now we're getting better.
Even the third pod key, the first like 4 pod keys are exciting, I guess.
We have the big key to pod too, as well as the bow and the hammer. So that's practically kind of almost full clearable.
And no sign of it.
We are going to get to look and see what is in Spike Cave. No, we're not! You don't have a glove! Oh, no.
I'm sorry. I was too busy laughing at chat being sad on his behalf to be sad on commentary. I apologize.
Well, then there's me. I'm like, oh, what's in there? We don't know.
I mean, he wanted to know too. Bad news.
That's okay. The potions are free. We don't have to worry about the potions. Potions are free. Ooh, I did not even think about this. This is going to be fun. This is a lot of checks here in GT. We will also be able to get to Ice Armos and then maybe pull Samaria and do the whole right side.
Yep. Brev did find an interesting connector, which was the Old Man Rescue Cave, where they rescued the old man from the front, which you never do in Crosskeys. I mean, you always check the dark connectors, and they're never the right one. And finally...
Right. You're not wrong.
And speaking of which, I don't remember if ninjembro has actually saved and put to the old man yet.
No.
He also rescued the old man, and has respawned multiple times since then and walked through desert. I feel like checking where the old man lives should be a higher priority than that. It only takes a few seconds. And if
that was an interesting check there. With so little keys. Check fire bar room.
Yeah. He's got enough to get to Armos, I believe, still. So he's cool.
I'm very concernicus with that check.
So it's way out of logic, but in terms of key logic. But you don't want to walk all the way back over there later.
Ooh, hey, Mir.
Yeah. Also out of logic behind the GT keys, but you don't care.
I don't.
This hook hammer trip to GT, given that GT is so accessible, is another thing that I'm a little bit surprised that the runners put off as long as they did.
Yeah, and having the big key as well. Like that's an extra check there. I mean, it's a climb if you really want to do it, but now ninjembro can't because they used their key.
You're not making a climb with one GT key in hand.
I've done it.
Sure, but not at this point. Not in this context. I believe that to file that the uncle is the check in the pyramid. Ether in the big chest. At least a good convenience item. May be useful. Looks like Brev is heading to East Death Mountain rather than Dark Death Mountain. At least for now. With no mirror in hand, that makes sense. Can't do it in the opposite order. Let's see if we can get a nice 18 arrow Ice Armor Spike. Nope. Definitely not how the script goes. But, you know, got there. Oh, single arrow in the chest again. I missed that earlier. Breve is going to get the bad news about Paradox right now. And get to feel bad. So there ultimately will be bonus 2 items behind the GT climb if and when runners are interested / have enough keys to do it.
Ninjembro still hasn't found that desert small. I just realized that.
No, it's in the Misery Mire map chest, and so Ninjembro is not going to get that forever. And unfortunately, the map chest leads to the desert right, which leads to Hughes Down Big Key. So Ninjembro is really hoping that there's nothing in the back of Hughes Down. That'll be a major time loss if it is. Because yeah, he's not interested, not excited at all by going back to Super Mario. Brev's Landmo completion in a moment.
There's the bumper cave, there's a connector, and we can get through it.
Yeah, let's do that. Hook, and then cave. Let's see where this goes. No, we're good.
Gross.
Let's go back. Wait, we only need a hook shot. Boo. I guess we could use it. I think we'll take magic, but... yeah, I assume that everybody's chat's aware of this, but you can get through going from the top to the bottom using just the hook shot by standing close to the bumper and hooking the pots.
Nothing at Great Village.
Ninjembro feels... I mean, it feels ahead, and I think is ahead. I'm not sure where Breve lost time that in such a way that Ninjembro can make up that, can lose that time later.
I don't know. There's a pretty big sword advantage for Breve, and I feel like they're... I don't know. I feel a little more comfortable with Breve's routing at this point.
Yeah,
I feel like they're being a little bit more conservative with the connectors, which is understandable. You're only an hour in. Maybe get all your regular checks done and then do your connectors. But I don't know.
Ninjembro with... I guess he's just been doing mirror stuff for a while, and mirror stuff... being able to do mirror stuff at the same time as you do other things is always feels good. So the mirror bumper connector leads to desert, but with no glove is just the ledge item. So we no longer need to make the mirror mire checks, but we haven't found our way to the main part of mire. There's still 4 entrances, which could still require loot and mids, if those entrances are interesting.
We can also get our ice rod, check the Hera entrance. We can check and see what's on the tablets, and go over to the west side of Dark Mountain. Well, the east side of Dark Mountain. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. So, if I'm Breve, I'm excited to go do GT. GT left. Sorry, this is correct. Let's see where the old man lives. Apparently, we've seen the front of old man because we weren't going out the front door. And speaking of mirror checks, race game left.
Yeah, this was a key.
Incoherent telling me that the old man lives on the castle today, which would have been more exciting if we hadn't already beat Hera, which is also there.
Yeah, but now Ninjembro has the mirror. Oh, there's a mushroom on the pyramid.
And apparently we don't need the big bomb because we can just go out the back door of the old man. That was like total bait logic to turn in the big bomb.
It really was. It had me convinced. Hey, there's Pod.
I don't know. Sometimes. I guess the thing about Bayesian probabilities is you should, nothing's ever definite. It's just more likely. All right, let's see where Spiral Cave goes. Given that Spiral Inside was useless, Spiral Front goes to this place behind the book. So you're glad you haven't checked that book spot yet. Which ninjembro totally could have done a second ago by hopping down off Desert Ledge. So.
Half magic and Pod. Kind of nice early on.
Yeah. I mean, these guys have been both using a fair amount of Fire Rod for good reason. We'll see which... I think we can just go do Helmasaur. So we'll see if Breve is interested in knocking that check off, plus the thing that Breve doesn't know is a crystal, or is instead excited by making the checks to the back.
Yeah, I would probably beat Helma here.
Yep, looks like we're going straight to Helmasaur. Including a item dash in the corner there. Without bonking, that was nice. Or are you bonk-proofing there? ninjembro is now going to also get the information about the back door of Old Man, so we'll be seeing no futile bomb turn-ins today. An hour in, what do we need? We need a little bit more crystal knowledge. We need the ice rod, but we know where the ice rod is. We can go get it anytime we want before the jump. We need Canis Maria, which we have seen neither hide nor hair. We need to find the dam. We need to find Eastern.
We need a glove.
And we need to find one more castle tower.
I feel like this mushroom is actually going to be good for ninjembro because they're going to turn in this mushroom. The potion shop is up on the mountain. They can get their ice rod and they can check Book Spot, Hera, and go over to the east side.
Yep. They might also get another sword out of one of these things.
Oh, gross.
It's a terrible spot, so it looks like ninjembro is going straight in. Basically, the worse a location is.
Far in here, though.
No, but the worse location is, the more excited you should be to go into it.
True. There could be a glove in here. We did get a key, so I mean, 2 keys. 1 key.
It's not at all. Any of the dungeons we know of crystals require a glove.
No, but I feel like given that we have Icebreaker and that now, just doing a vanilla Ice Palace is just crap.
Oh, the point is that it's not yet given that we actually have to find a glove at all.
True.
I did commentary on a race recently where the only thing a glove was required for was picking up the rock in the graveyard to get the gown. It turns out that ninjembro does still remember how to do Ice Palace without Icebreaker. Always good to see. At least some of us are forgetting it. Welcome, Raiders. We're an hour into a Crosskeys race here in 4-1 Crosskeys match. ninjembro has the mirror and has done a bunch of checks. Breve has instead done some other checks that have turned up 2 more swords. We have astonishingly completed 3 and a bit crystal dungeons, an hour into a Crosskeys race, which never happens. But we still need a Canis Mario, and potentially some other things.
Oh, there's a Smata Swamp.
Yeah, an excellent find in the back here. I said that we've only completed 3 and a bit crystal dungeons because I'm always kind of disconcerted when people are, it's Mario.
Did I not say Samario is going to be an Ice Palace? I said it. I did say it.
So that's Pendant Ice at Dark Witch Hut. Ninjembro is firmly mentally convinced that he has a pair of gloves. I guess it's an hour to a seed. You're going to get places where you almost always have gloves. But earlier tried to do Spike Cave without them. So, exclamation point cross keys. If you have further questions, feel free to ask. We will explain. Jinxie is very patient. I pretend to be patient. It sometimes works.
Just a lot of words.
It is a lot of words. It saves me saying them all out loud, which I've done before. So,
I'm very long-winded typically, so I mean, I'm happy to explain it. Hey, there's the dam and the lamp. Interesting.
Yeah, and for those of you that haven't seen it yet, we have this exciting new "There's no water in the dam" feature. So you can remember that Breve has found it.
I like it. Okay, so Ninjembro only has 1 pod key here, so it's going to be interesting to see how they route this.
So anybody that has completed any form of rando and watched a few Crosskeys seeds can totally beat Crosskeys. It will probably take you like 3 or 4 hours the first time. Definitely use a door tracker, but the execution required is actually not substantially harder than generic item rando. With the exception of a few places, you often have to use Turtle Rock with much less stuff. But it's totally doable. I believe in you. I believe in you. My thing Friday.
I actually really like Crosskeys better than just regular rando at this point. I used to be afraid of it, and now it's all outplay.
For me, the puzzle of figuring out how to get to places and what's where is what makes Crosskeys really interesting, and to me, and more. The puzzle here is better than the puzzle in regular. Ninjembro gets to save a few seconds by having Smart.
Was there a small pod in pod? There had to have been. No. Didn't open the door. Never mind. Okay.
Nope. He's opened 0 keys so far, or 0 doors so far.
I don't know if I would do this with just 1 key. This makes me... I don't know.
It's a known crystal, right?
Yeah. I don't know, but like, what if... I mean, I guess... I don't know. I mean, knowing that there's really not much in there to be super psyched about, that swamp small is there, though. I mean, you're gonna need at least 1 key to get there. I don't know. There are several keys out there, so, I mean...
If somebody knows the command to link to the rando homepage in do that. And we can send Sage Kasuto off to go learn how to play random versions of Zelda games. There's randomizers for many games at this point. We happen to think that like Path Rando is fun, but you can play like Hollow Knight Randomizer, which seems real hard. Metroid randomizers, etc.
Oh, I just saw a Link Between Worlds randomizer being played last night. I was like hooked. It was so good.
I've never played Vanilla Link Between Worlds.
Neither have I, but I loved watching it, and the randomizer was even more fun, especially watching people that know how to play it. It's even more entertaining. But yeah, that was a fun one. I hope they do like a tournament with that.
Yes. So it turns out that it is illegal for us to tell you where to find a ROM. And also, you can't legally own one unless you own you're allowed to own one as long as you own a cart of the original game. It is legal for you to download them, but we get shouted at if we tell you where to do it. So we've promised that they're on the internet somewhere, maybe. All right, Brev remembers that they don't own a glove, and so goes around the much less convenient way. Also can't get trapped in the stupid rock room up there.
Oh, I didn't even realize that we had the Thieves' Town Small.
It's all right. Tracker didn't either. I tracked it. Yeah, but it gets that, with small and big and hammer. I think this is a totally reasonable thing for Brev to be doing. Of course, the ninjembro left behind this the desert key, which left behind, which blocked the Thieves' Town big key, so he's not going to be getting back here for a while. On the other hand, I don't know if Brev has gotten anything good from Thieves' Town.
Not that I've seen.
Other than potentially a crystal. All right. And then My Pick Friday. Watch Brev beat the blind. This is how you do it. It's the same every time, as long as you get it on the first try.
Just a little dance. And we have Lying Down for Brev for $20. Oh, and a crystal though. That could potentially be a problem for ninjembro.
Astonishingly, is 5 crystals in an hour and 10 minutes in a cross.
We still haven't found Saha to find out what our green pendant is. Which, at this point, it's either going to be Eastern Swamp or Mire.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not Swamp. Swamp? We know Swamp is a pendant?
Yeah, Brev does. Brev has the swamp now.
Interesting. Undead, obviously. Yeah, we do still need another castle tower key, as Ganon is behind the lumberjacks this fine day.
Looks like the last pendant is either Eastern or Mire. Not sure where Brev is off to. Oh, turning into mushroom.
We even get a little check by the mushroom. Very nice. We got
It's
some really updated trackers here at ZSR. Took a week off and come back and we're all technical and advanced. I love it.
Trez was in did a restream for me a week ago, and between the trackers and I think the restreamer, or sorry, and at least some of the other staff that stopped in, we convinced Trez to update the trackers. And I'm sure many people have been complaining at him for many years about the trackers, but apparently they haven't been changed in a few years, and he put some effort in this week. And we have shiny new toys.
Trez is the best. So interestingly, hopefully we're going to get to see what this connector is this time in Hookshot Cave. As we know, everything in Hookshot is junk. However, ninjembro does have the Cane of Samaria now, as well as both fire sources. So could potentially do right side Cannon's Tower as long as they find another small key. No, they have enough keys. They found keys. Now they can.
Yeah, they found keys along the way.
Yeah.
Found enough keys to even put it logically in logic. Or logically. Not just practically, but actually exists. Logically exists.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Where did ninjembro just come out of? Oh, that was the hook shot. Yeah.
Smonemeyer.
And that gets this really unfortunate behind the rocks check out of the way, especially considering they found 0 gloves so far. It saves looping around the mountain to get to that drop down. It looks like looping around the drop down is the thing on the to-do list. And Brev finally finds their mirror.
No, wait. Did we check what the mushroom was? Did you not turn it in?
Brev turned it in, but hasn't gone to the medical yet.
No, he still has it in his inventory. Ninjembro has it in his inventory.
Oh, sorry, ninjembro hasn't turned it in. Brev turned it in.
Yeah, ninjembro is right by the potion shop.
Well, he only has 1 key, so he's going to go back out in a second, hopefully.
Yeah, but he still can't turn in the mushroom.
Oh, right by the potion shop. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
It is a hike over there. I agree. I'm definitely on camp. Go turn in your damn mushroom. But
oh, there's Ether.
ninjembro was also on team. I can't be bothered to do map chest and mire. So
that's fair. Yeah, you're not wrong.
And also going to get our ice rod and go beat Turtle Rock in principle. Ninjembro would like to turn up another sword at some point, but ninjembro screwed up Ice Armos. Let's see if Brev knows the strats. The bottom left strats.
Hey, there's the front of Turtle Rock, which we can check. Oh. Oh, this is bold.
Straight upstairs. Given you just got a mirror? I'm not convinced. Sorry, given you just got a mirror and that this is in Kakariko, I'm not convinced. But
they're going to need to pull out both gloves and have Ice Palace be a crystal for this to pay off.
We know Ice Palace is not a crystal.
We need to change it because it's going to have to be that way. I think Eastern Big Key might be, or Meyer Big Key might be the only saving grace here.
Yeah, or one or more gloves, or a flute. Like if we have to get to the Meyer area to get to Eastern to get a crystal, we're still looking for a lot of stuff.
True. So many checks would be opened up by the glove, though.
Oh,
there's our 4th sword over on Floating Island.
Yikes! Back to following connectors, I think.
Well, I guess Breve still doesn't have, a glove, flute, flippers. He knows where they know where Ice Rod is. They also don't have Samaria, so this could be okay. I don't know. I mean, I understand why they're doing it. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, it's a good meta. An hour and 17 in, and you're going to take the gamble of climbing GT. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It is going to be new information. There's several checks we're going to get to see. So I mean, and
I
you're
don't
gambling
know.
on your partner not doing it.
I don't know if Brev has a ton of other things to do, other than a ton of mirror checks,
Yeah.
which is bad. And it turns out it doesn't block a whole lot of things that are particularly exciting, because Ninjembro has done most of the mirror checks at this point, and not found anything of particular interest. You know, gamble on this paying off.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at this point we can go ahead and call it that the glove is going to be needed because either Eastern... Oh, Eastern is the only one missing, huh?
So
That we haven't found yet. I don't know.
Schultzer is joined us in chat, and was racing until approximately right now. So we need an update on his race.
There's a smaller pod, so technically you had to do the climb.
Do that. All right, Ninjembro is going to check this exit and hopes he doesn't get locked out. Does not get locked out. In fact, it's the vanilla safety door.
Very interesting.
So we did actually have to traverse Turtle Rock to meet Trenix today.
Well, at least we found silvers on TR Laser Bridge, so that's something.
Ninjembro is going to get a sixth different crystal amongst the runners in just a moment. It's worth remembering that we still at the very least need Agate Tower key number 2 to get into the Lumberjack to win the seed. Yeah, the Esrod's sitting on Spec Rock, so neither of the runners have gone to pick it up because it's just hasn't been.
Well, Ninjembro has it.
Yeah, Ninjembro went to go pick it up to go do Turtle Rock, right? But it's unlike a lot of other items when you, haha, I can go get that immediately. The Ice Rod is like, yeah, whatever.
But didn't turn in the mushroom. I'm so salty about not turning in the mushroom before you came up.
Ninjembro is too cool for this stuff. Alright, let's see if the uncle has anything today. We'll check number 1. Flippers.
Okay, that could be something.
Yes, but also no. There logical access to Zora?
Yeah, but we still haven't found Eastern, and we still don't know what our last crystal is.
Yep.
So, I mean, Eastern could be in the waterfall, which you could technically do out of logic, but now, we could dip Swamp Palace.
Alright, so the Dark Zelda sprite was already a bit freaky, but now it's proper freaky. And with the mirror in hand, it flips and a spot at the pyramid. Our first flipper check is going to be Fast Hobo. You got 10 arrows. Yeah, Swamp is astonishingly a Sphere 0 entrance. It's spot 5, but Brev never made it over there yet. In fact, is going to get there in a... Oh. Yeah. With more pod keys in hand, Brev is going to stop in to get another couple of checks. Hopefully this joint. We'll see if they're interested in going all the way around for Harmless Way, which is the other check. It's a lot longer walk than Big Key Chest.
Ooh, unfortunate chain chomp fight there. And then Ninjembro, but just about to get another pod small. Still have not found that big chest entrance though, so there is still one more check in Turtle Rock for Ninjembro.
here's Brev's swamp, and I assume is going straight in due to lack of other things. The hair is
Small to hair. Gross. Magic that with just a map to a dungeon that we've already completed.
You don't need a map to a place you've already been?
Correct.
Alright, so the flute doesn't get us anywhere unless we find 2 gloves. Was that roll info? Not. It is for us. So we know that Eastern is up. But neither runner knows that yet. And hilariously, we haven't found Sahatra. He's somewhere. So, was there... What has ninjembro found with the mirror that was actually helpful? Anything?
No. Have they checked?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that's on their to-do list on this sweep. But
And we haven't seen what's on Bombo's tablet.
no. I mean, ninjembro did find Canis Maria, which is at which is an ice palace, which is at Dark Witch Hut. Which is another time they could have turned into mushroom. Did they not turn into mushroom at that point?
No, it's upsetting me.
I'm sorry. Another pod small for ninjembro, and ninjembro has finally caught up on swords. I say.
Yeah, this seed is strange. Although I feel like our runners have routed it strangely as well, so it's not just me.
I'm with you a little bit. An hour and 20-minute flute is with no gloves in hand is weird fine.
Yeah.
I mean, on one hand, you said the writing has been strange. On the other hand, Breve does have 5 crystals.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying they're not playing well. I'm just saying I was confused by several choices, but I approve of all of them. I think they're doing a great job. We're only an hour and 26 in, so I really don't think that mirror did anything for us.
Nope, not yet. Other than distracting people. No.
Yeah, because we found all of the spots where you would want to have the mirror before we actually had the mirror, so we're really not sure what is on Bumper Ledge. They didn't have the mirror for that one. We still can't check it.
They did mirror for Bumper Ledge.
Did they? What was that?
Yeah, ninjembro went back. There's a connector from Bumper Ledge to Desert Ledge.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Oh, ninjembro suffers the fate of the diagonal room by dashing slightly too far. One of the most feels bad bonks in the game. But didn't have a glove, and so hasn't actually opened up the north exit to the north entrance to desert.
I still can't believe we don't have a glove, though. Like, honestly.
Fortunately for ninjembro, going back to the Thieves' Town discussion, the Meyer Big Key wasn't locked by any of the things in Thieves' Town, and so odds are good that ninjembro will check Map Chest, assuming that he hasn't just literally forgotten about its existence, in Misery Mire when he eventually gets around to clearing Misery Mire. And then we'll be able to do Thieves Town afterwards. Because there was nothing of particular relevance to the back of Thieves Town either.
I feel like there's going to be a glove over here on the right side.
Let's see
Feel
if Ninjembro is not too cool for Thieves for Tile Room. Looks like willing to do Tile Room. I used to say that every Crosskeys runner always did this. And then Ramond, earlier this week, didn't do it on 3 separate trips into Ganon's Tower. For no apparent reason. So, some runners don't like Tile Room. The problem with finding a glove at this point is that it could also be bait. Probably not, but... Breve's mirror portal's around here somewhere, and I feel like they should pick up the back entrance to pod, or the entrances in the pod area while they're doing eastern area. But what do I know? Speaking of weird routing decisions. I mean, we're still very live, despite the fact that Breve has 5 crystals for another hour of this. Given that he could need to find 2 gloves. Yeah. There's the Eastern Palace Big Key on the right-hand side of Dennis Tower. Probably not important, but that's there. And here's Ninjembro doing upstairs GT, so...
So yeah, that play isn't really going to hurt Breve too much.
And Breve/Brev now gets to fly around the world on the Duck Express. I feel like having played your Magic Flute here and a Magic Duck having come out, you should play your Magic Flute some other places and see if other second nonsense happens. But no, just the Magic Duck Express. I guess if we want the Ocarina to feature more heavily, we should play a different game. Give ourselves a time travel Ocarina.
Okay, so there was really nothing on the mushroom square.
Alright, so all of your panic about mushrooms didn't pay off. I'm sorry, Jinxie.
It's a principle thing.
I agree. It's absolutely the correct play to do, but Ninjembro won't get to learn his, take his medicine this seed, learn his lessons because it didn't actually matter.
I appreciate your reference to The Shining, sir. The original one, not the the actual book, not the.
Oh, this Silver Arrows Lambo 2 fight is not going super great for Ninjembro.
I feel like at an hour and 30 in, when you don't have a glove, you're still missing a dungeon, that it kind of can give you a little bit leeway to a little bit. Where you're kind of trying to think as you're going.
Brev gets the information about the 4th sword and is like, well, I guess I don't care. And I guess Ninjembro doesn't either at this point, but still kind of funny.
I mean, I feel like if I get spit out there, I'm going to grab it just for, the sake of grabbing it. I'm still concerned with where our second Castle Tower key is, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the ultimate bait item, right? It can be in literally anywhere in the game, including behind GT main entrance, because it locks 0 items and is required to beat the game. It's even worse than an ice run.
And there's no getting around it. Like, you just can't be like, oh, well, no, you gotta find it.
Sorry, I'm going to show off another new feature, Jinxie. Pick mark on the flute, to show we've turned on our flute.
Love it.
So many pod keys.
I know, I think we found all 6, honestly.
Sorry. One of our trackers appears to have fallen off the internet, and so Jinxie and I and our other tracker have been half-assedly covering Brev's tracker. None of us realized until a few minutes ago that all of us were sort of half paying attention. So, sorry.
Wait, where the H was that glove?
It was a mushroom turnip.
Shut up! Was it? Shut up. Was the glove on the mushroom?
I don't know. Chat says it is. I was looking at
Yes, it
something
was.
else.
Oh my god! I thought it was arrows. I thought I saw his arrows go up. I wasn't. Oh my god. That serves you right for not turning in your mushroom. He is gonna take his medicine now.
Yup. Though it might be bait. Just FYI. Oh, Brev. Brev's first glove check is here, big chest for nothing. Yes, waving aloha. Glove is sometimes just not required. Oops.
Oh wait, did we find? Oh, wait, I'm trying to figure. I'm writing stuff down, and now I missed the second Agate Tower key. I'm gonna pout.
You have to pout loudly so that it's visible
Yeah.
on the radio.
Yeah.
They don't get to see our lovely faces. All right. So now that our worst possible ice fraud hunt has been ticked off, and also there's a thing that our glove did.
Wait, we still need the Meyer big key.
Yes. I mean, we're not out of the woods yet, but we're not in go mode, but we're getting close. Kane is in ice, Allison.
Because of course it was, just like Hookshot was on Moldorm.
Yes. Ninjembro made the bold play to go into pendant ice with no glove, and got a kill for his trouble. All right, this is Brev making it to Ice Palace. I assume, given that it's in a terrible spot, we're going to go straight in and get our cane. And the glove maybe even beat the joint. So, having found the second Agate Tower key, that reduces the number of totally terrible ways that could be required.
Ninjembro needs to check this harmless Hellway chest, and it needs to be the Meyer big key for him to stay in this game. I feel like at this point. That's just my humble opinion, and it's not.
Nope,
It's the
it's
Turtle
a
Rock.
totally useless Turtle Rock key. And we've seen the remainder of the checks that Ninjembro is about to make. In fact, both these runners are doing things that the other has already done. So, whose position do you like, Trixie?
I like Breve's position.
I agree. You know what Brev hasn't done? Left stuff behind that was important. Some of which for no reason. Yes, there are a few more checks in here that Ninjembro hasn't done, which he had to leave behind because of the left. So, Rayfin, it's not a Jinxie seed. It's a Siberian seed. Jinxie's just doing comms.
Right.
Doesn't
Yeah.
have to click any buttons. Just has to talk. And she's pretty good at talking. So
Doing emergency comms at that, I came in 5 minutes before. And if this was a Jinxie seed, they still wouldn't have Moon Pearl. They'd be on Fighter Sword, if that, and we'd have no big keys. I only roll crap. It's a gift.
Man, Ice Palace is a lot more tedious without Icebreaker. We can walk through a lot of these rooms twice. All right, here is ninjembro going to get the flute in a bit, which doesn't accomplish anything, and that Hera basement key, which Brev hasn't followed up on because they've had better things to do, but is a thing to remember is out there. I didn't.
We're over tracking each other. There's like 20 of us tracking one runner.
Sometimes looking into our back-end chat would be nice. I said I cover Robs for the moment.
Oh, okay. I pulled up the tracker because why I pulled them up on 2 different screens is beyond me, but that's where I'm at in life. It's full of good choice. Oh, this is an interesting bomb setup. I like that bomb jump. I've never seen it set up from that angle. Made me nervous.
That feels like someone that's learned their own setups.
Yeah.
Looking at GIFs on the internet.
It felt so wrong. Like it messed with my teeth.
All right, so I believe that the first of the... I mean, there's only one thing left in the game. But it wasn't the Missouri Break Key. So the other place that Brev... No, that's not true. Yeah, Brev needs exactly the Missouri Meyer. Now, that could be anywhere terrible, but that's the required add.
I want it to be an Eastern.
What? That is not how Diver Down is supposed to go.
That was interesting. I liked it. Go with it.
Alright. Now with no sword beams, but with half magic, we're just going to dump some fire rod shots into Cold Stare. Rev is putting the Cold Stare puffs in the top left-hand corner, which also feels wrong.
It does! It really does. I was just thinking that. I was like, I don't like anything about this Ice Palace.
I don't know if there's a good reason that everybody goes top right corner. I guess if you just like drop in and shoot up, that's like slightly more natural. But yeah, that was weird. Oh, and with the glove we can go and tuck the catfish.
And we can check Zora and all kinds of stuff.
Aha. And apparently, Kat knows all about how to do Fire Rod Cold Stare. Okay.
No, they're all wrong. I'm sorry. It's on the right side, and I will have no more of your shenanigans, chat.
Shovel on catfish.
Shovel!
Shovel on.
We also have the Swamp Big Key on Bereave's side, and a Hera Small, so that could also be the Big Key, because Big Key can be freaking anywhere.
Yeah. Just got the Agate Tower key out of the way. $300. If you didn't have money to pay Zora, you can just steal it from his front room.
Echo 1 is very required. That is where Ganon is hiding today.
Here's Mr. Zora.
Hour and 45-minute Zora check for $20.
Ah! Breve gets the information about Light World. There's a Light World map check, and now has full Crystal Dungeon information. So, Breve is playing as if they got their mirror super late, which they kind of did, and prioritizing non-mirror checks. But with Kane 2 rods, we're going to get crystal number 6. It's no longer super jetty, by the way. They've got 5 crystals super early, but or quite early, but there's been a sort of an extended hunt for these the Kane, and then now is going to be for the Meyer Big Key. But it's been an interesting season.
It has. It really has. I want to know what's on the shovel. I like knowledge.
I mean, the sort of the 8 checks in Turtle Rock are more interesting to Breve than the 1 check at the shovel.
I agree.
So, ninjembro did Harmless Hellway ages ago, but now has the 50 Pod Small, and so is going to come here and do Harmless Hellway. Yeah, so it is worth noting, chat, that we have not found the Meyer area yet. And there are still outs that for us to need the gloves, the second glove, to get to Meyer for those 4 entrances for something.
Have we checked the Ice Rod Fairy
Nope.
cave yet? Okay.
We haven't. The only flipper check that Breve did besides Swamp was Hobo. This is in fact the first time either runner has been to Ice Shopping Mall. And ninjembro is doing it without gloves, which is miserable. I don't know if he's done Ice Runner, right?
The glove is on the mushroom turn-in, which ninjembro did not do, and then went back up by the potion shop without turning in the mushroom. It's on the mushroom. On the mushroom.
And then
your freaking mushroom.
And then your commentators had technical or commentary difficulties because we all assumed somebody else was tracking what was going on and missed the mushroom, missed the glove rather.
As chat was screaming at us, and I was still missing it. I'm like, what is their problem?
Because our trackers are usually so reliable, and Rob's, who's currently missing, is also quite reliable. So I assume that, and he disappeared without leaving a message. So I assume his internet just died. So hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, hopefully they're all right. That very, very rarely happens ever.
Yeah.
But Siberian is stepping in for us. They're awesome.
And we're awesome too. Siberian wants us to point it out.
Damn right. Damn right.
Alright, here's ninjembro finally checking the Lake Hylia Island check. It's a chest. It's $20. And Breve doing the Turtle Rock routing that really makes me happy, which is beating Trinex as a warp to the front. This is never a logically required maneuver. It is.
It feels so good when it happens.
Yeah, you get to feel smart. One of the things you can do in Crosskeys to feel smart. And I think many people that play Crosskeys like feeling smart. So. A hook shot for this faster.
Quick swapping to the hook shot at that, and getting a magic refill before going in. Appreciate you, sir.
Well, he's going to be out, so or they're going to be out. Oh, right, and the pairs of the Turtle Rocks at Terra, which is a kind of rubbish place to get to. This Agate Tower completion looks like, yeah. We know we have to do this. I don't think Brev has checked the second chest yet, so.
Yeah, I like this routing. That was very nice. Kind of like a really smooth transition from TR to everything else.
And now, soon, Brev gets to run around and in fact check all the glove rocks and all of the mirror checks, which he isolated all the mirror checks by leaving off the mirror for a long time, but now has like semi-unisolated them by being able to double up the glove checks and the mirror checks. It's like only half as terrible.
We're getting a look at Hera Basement. I like this play because we did get that key super, super late, but we had access to Hera super, super early. So I do appreciate the
I think
finishing it. How?
Ninjembro is running out of things to do.
How is he missing a chest? Oh, he didn't pick up the thing. I was like, wait a minute.
There was a plastic.
Yeah, I got it.
A plastic shield, and given that the runners have found both of the other shields, it was totally a time save to not pick up that shield. For those of you that don't necessarily play a ton of this yourself, the mirror shield causes lag, and so runner save. And so
you have to air quote lag because it does not cause that much lag.
Nope, but a little bit. It's like it's a few frames.
If that.
And it doesn't do anything. Like
it does on Laser Bridge, on Ganon, on these stupid wizards. It does. It has a purpose, sir. Do not devalue the mirror shield.
It's pretty marginal. Yeah. Apparently the mirror shield causing lag thing is a myth, which is kind of cute. This is Ninjembro's second trip into Misery Mire.
This is a good trip, though, because he's going to get his Thieves Town big. This is important.
No, he's not. He's going to get his Desert Small.
Desert Small, and then the Thieves Town big. And his Cane of Burna. Jeez. All the things.
All the things that he was definitely hoping to find.
I also want to know what's in Spike Cave. After I was so gloriously denied the knowledge.
After Ninjembro really and truly debated you earlier.
It was like a huge debate at that.
For those of you that weren't here, Ninjembro forgot that he didn't have gloves and ran into Spike Cave and used a potion and was very sad that he was not a strong enough log to pick up the rock.
I feel like if the hook shot was a real life item, that it would rip your arms right off the first time you tried to hook to a rock. That's just the things. That's just the things that go through my head when I watch this game. Like, that is so implausible. Not necessarily a, dungeon overlord taking possession of everyone in a small community and trapping maidens and crystals. It's the hook shot that drives me crazy.
As a physicist, I attempt not to think about video game physics too much because it makes me sad. All right, so Brev gets to check rocks. There's two of them over here that Ninjembro did not get to check. Sorry, I was trying to say earlier, but I got distracted by something cool. Oh, jeez, now I'm distracting myself with the from chat. Is that Brev can do glove checks and mirror? Oh, sorry. Good entrances. We know all of the high density caves are gone.
Nope, we haven't found Saha yet.
Sorry. You're right. That's the highest density thing left is soft. And there's I think a few one-item caves out there still. And this connector.
Ninjembro just shaking their head.
We'll see if Breve is interested in throwing their bottles into the pool, and the answer is no.
Back to these time for Ninjembro. So, I mean, Ninjembro is definitely closing the gap here. Is going to have to find that glove and turn in that freaking mushroom, but closing the gap for sure.
I do need to point out that there is an R in Ninjembro's name. I'm not sure we're saying his name correctly, but I feel like that R isn't just for decorating. Oh, hey, Meyer.
Am I not saying Ninjembro?
Nope.
Oh, sorry. My apologies. It's okay. I get called Ginex all the time, so it is what it is. Glove is required to get the second castle tower key.
It's the second castle tower key and maybe some other things. So this was a connector from under the rock in Ice Run area. Finally gets us to the Mire area. So this is also, and if there's anything here, it's.
This has to be Eastern. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be. Oh, it's Saha. Okay.
Also. I mean, Eastern's a pendant. It can just be inaccessible. Pod small, like we need more of those. TT small, don't need any more of those.
I thought we were going to have a blocked glove. I really did.
I mean, it could still be on Saha for himself.
That's fair.
We got all of the mirror checks in this area out of the way by coming out of them. Apparently, Breve never came out of Desert Maid. All right, so Mire area was a bust. But we're going to go back.
So far, it was a bust. We still do not have the green pendant turn in.
It's true.
There's another connector here.
There is. And actually, we haven't been to the top of Dark East Death Mountain. So this is likely to lead to there, which gives us another 3 entrances. So, sorry, 2 for now, 3 with the pits. No, I lied. I'm full of lies.
Well, that's crap. Where the heck is Eastern? Eastern's behind GT. Or in freaking Turtle Rock.
Or in Ice Rock. Sorry.
Oh, we haven't checked Hammer Pigs either, which we can't.
No,
but
we haven't checked a whole bunch of. We haven't checked all the bit stuff. We haven't checked a lot of the glove stuff, for that matter. But first, we can go dig up our shovel. Nope. And yes, we've seen. We have not seen the bottom right, the drop downs for Dark Death Mountain. I don't know why Breve didn't do them there.
Yeah, that was a very interesting choice there. I'm very concerned about that.
Now both of the runners are leaving behind things. Yeah, and they've had the bridge connector on Turtle Rocks.
Yeah, you can't drop down there though from the bridge connector. And you
but they did drop to they did the left drop instead of in the light world, rather than doing the drop down to the base of lower west Dark Death Mountain, east Dark Death Mountain.
Those words hurt my head.
Yes,
we're just gonna label them like 1, 2, and 3, or A, B, and C, or cat, dog, mouse, something.
I could go look up the numbers on the same map that K45 comes from.
Oh, look, we turned in the mushroom. Thank you, Ninjembro. I am saying the R.
You are now. You sort of got English lazy about it for a bit.
my nature. I can't help it.
I'm sorry. Maybe I might just be complaining about your accent, in which case I apologize.
I went to special classes to not have an accent. Thank you. Because I am from Pittsburgh and we have the worst accents in the world. I took college classes to not speak with a Pittsburgh accent.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but you still speak with an accent. It might just be a more acceptable in polite society accent.
It's a less Pittsburghese accent. See, everybody knows Pittsburgh got voted worst accent in the world. Like, we beat out everybody, so yeah. I was like, yeah, I'll pay the money for the classes.
Elocution lessons.
Yes.
All right, so ninjembro is going to do Spec Rock when he gets there in a second. Go to Dark Death Mountain. We'll see if he hops down from there. Brev's off to do Left Side Swamp, no, just the big chest, I apologize. Thank you, Compass Cutter, for saving me from saying dumb things. So, for those of you that aren't aware, and my accent won't give this clue away, I live in England, and I live in a part of England where half of my colleagues are unintelligible. So I will take your Pittsburgh accent and raise you the West Country.
My family is from Liverpool, and we are full of Cockney accented.
Liverpool and Cockney are like at least 60 accents that are in between those two places.
Yeah.
Cockney is a very specific accent from parts of East London, and only parts of East London. One of my coworkers, I swear I did not understand a single sentence he said the first time he said it for the first 3 or 4 months I knew the guy, and he wasn't even like. He was speaking a recognized form of English. It was just that. Here's ninjembro taking those drops. I think they were both dead. Nothing and nothing. We still have nobody has gone back to check Mimic Cave or Mimic.
Spike Cave.
Yes.
We did check. Oh, not the Mimic chat.
We haven't gone through desert to get to the bridge again to check Mimic front door.
I used to take my grandma to show and tell because everybody loved how she talked, but nobody could understand her. But I did. I took her for probably about 5 years to show and tell because all my friends loved her.
Is the one from Liverpool?
Yes.
Liverpool even has a few sub-accents for extra.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Yeah, all my family talks different. But even they were like, oh, that Pittsburgh accent. That's bad. Okay, so look, we actually have Dark World access and somebody actually using it. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's 2 hours in. It's time to remember that exists. Rev has a ton of mirror and glove checks left to do.
And so many one-off checks. Wait, did we check the damn prize?
No.
I don't think we did. We still haven't checked the shovel. I'm just saying.
All right.
Red Ruby. Okay, thank you.
Chad is too busy making puns. I need to go to the fridge and get another.
Back to Ice Palace for ninjembro. Let's see what is under this rock here, because I've been curious about this check for a while.
I am back, plus beer. All right, random desert rock that we looked it up yet, might be the answer.
My
Nope.
God, it's not Eastern.
Yeah, I agree with the order that Brev is doing these checks in. Sort of ending up your route just south of Kakariko is the correct order, I guess.
Oh.
Huh. Is that two different both gloves on fetch quests?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
And the second fetch quest was glove lock?
Yep.
Excellent.
Wait, no. Yes? Yes. Where was the shovel? I wrote it down. I don't know.
Shovels on catfish. Which is glove lock.
Yes.
So, though the number of times that you get to the catfish area without a glove is not super high. So now we have, and Brev remembers that the Sparrow Cave lets out at desert, and goes and comes out so you can loot off to go check Mit's things. And Mit's things that are left are not in plentiful supply. It's Turtle Rock main entrance and this entrance here. And Smith Chain and Hammer Picks. Oh, I guess there's a few.
You already know where this goes.
Yeah, but we won our
remember.
third bottle, apparently. It goes back to the mire area.
Does it?
Yeah.
The entrance was in Meyer.
Nope.
But we have the flute in the
Oh,
midst.
sorry.
Right?
This goes to the top of Dark East Death Mountain.
Ah.
And we can go to check Turtle Rock Main.
Nice routing. Very nice routing. I've been neglecting my tracker today.
My tracker definitely has some holes on it. It turns out that choices were made. All right. Turtle Rock Main. You're a long-ass check, so you better pay off. Especially if it's Blombos.
I like that because it's Bombos, it better be good.
The Titan's mitts were at Shovel. And the shovel was from Catfish.
Oh, it's a fairy.
Yeah, there's a few junk things left. Brev hasn't dropped down in the Dark World yet. So he's going to get these two useless entrances out of the way.
Yeah, we have not checked Hammer Pigs yet, but we are going to. I'm pretty sure, right after this. Interested in why we're prioritizing the checks instead of doing the Smith Chain. That's 2 items, and you're really only looking for a big key.
I don't know. Ninjembro finally goes back through desert to check Mimic entrance, and it's Eastern. So all of a sudden, Ninjembro's winning.
Yeah. If the Meyer big key is here, then it's definitely a switch. It's just a race to the big key. They're both pretty even on where things could be. So if the Meyer, nope, the Meyer big key is here, then it definitely turns into Ninjembro's favor.
Oh, he hasn't done Aggie yet. Sorry, I missed that he hasn't.
Oh, he doesn't have the Aga 2 key. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yup. Sorry. I mean, even so, it was Bumper Cave lower was the Agate Tower key, I think. So we're both, yeah. Even if the Meyer key is here, they both have a single item hunt to do. And neither of those single item hunts are very easy. Okay, it's the light world rather than the dark world, lower bumper. They were checking those two entrances more or less simultaneously. So now with mitts, we can go back into Village Outcasts. Look at us and our mitts. Picking up our smith.
Brave can also check magic bat, even though we've already seen it and we know it's nothing, but it's still something they haven't done.
Yeah. They don't know it's nothing. I think full stream sniping races would lead to interesting running, but probably isn't actually fun.
IP big chest for maximum move. That's evil.
I don't believe Brev checked Bellwoods 3 yet, and so might check Pedestal for y'all when he gets around to checking the back entrance to Skullwoods.
There have been 15 Turtle Rock Smonkeys in this seed, I swear. Every Smonkey has been a Turtle Rock Smonkey.
Alright, now we pick up a little purple chest. And check back. Our tracker pointing out that Ninjembro has picked up literally every small key in the game except for the one that he wants. And also, Eastern has been a bust so far. But he's about to have head access. Could yet be, and Green Pendant tournament. So there's 3 more items locked behind Ice or Armos here.
Oh yeah, they found Saha. Yeah.
Yep, they found Saha at Misery Mire Main. I think Brev hasn't yet done race game check, so we're going to take the purple chest over to the race game.
Can you do that?
Yeah. I mean, you have to not screw it up, but just leave it outside. You can do with, K45 or whatever.
Huh, okay.
They got distracted from their sweep through here by I don't know exactly what this is. We're failing at picking up the purple chest. There we go.
Cool, pet check.
Alright.
Oh, we're just pulling it. Yeah. Go.
Is it the thing? Is it the thing? Is it the thing? It is not the thing! Nope.
But that is.
Yep.
Mitts required.
For a seed where there was no gloves until like an hour and 45 minutes in, that was quite the way for the seed to go.
It really was.
All right. I guess it's time to do the thing. Jinxie Girl. Winner, almost certainly Brevs. Final collection rate at a 216. Pick an over-under line for us to run a prediction for in chat.
Oh, 185.
You're a restreamer. I guess you could just do that yourself.
I could.
I'll have to do it. Ninjembro is turning in the big bomb, which he knows is nothing. He's come out of the pyramid before. I assume this is I am out of ideas, and or have forgotten, and or he could be one of the slightly crazy runners that doesn't use it. just forgotten. Um, he's going to be very sad when he turns in. Oh god. Oh no, he might have forgotten. Remembered? He remembered. Yeah, gold gloves were shovel for at catfish. First gloves were on mushroom turn in. The mushroom was somewhere else that wasn't super great. And then the mitts were required for purple chests for the Misery Miner Big Key. I don't know why Ninjembro is back in Ice Palace. I mean, I assume this is. I've run out of things. Levels of running around in the seat, but got a shovel. He just hasn't forgotten to use it, or hasn't remembered to use it. He also hasn't checked a bunch of the glove locations. So, and he has one glove. Okay. All right, bonk open the tree. And get it fight.
Sorry, it takes me a little bit to figure out the predictions.
Oh, Jinxie's been all right. Siberian's been asking questions in one chat, and you've been typing in another chat. And I failed, to insist that we chose a number that wasn't an integer. So I'll give the push to the over. Just
Oh, if the actual collection rate is 185, then I get all the points because I said it.
Unfortunately, there's not a button for that.
I'll make a button for that.
I don't think you have that power. You're very powerful.
I have a tiara, sir. I'm a queen. Thank you.
All right, I failed to talk about this Ganon fight because it's the high Ganon fight, and it's going great. So. GG's to Brad. And we'll see if Siberian can rustle up interviews. Given that they're on a delay. Presto changeo. It's Brev for an interview. Congratulations.
Hi. Thanks.
We were excited this was going to be a jet seed for a while, and then not so much.
I mean, it could have been.
Yes, except for those shenanigans to get the Misery Miner Big Key, which was Crosskeys worthy.
Well, I guess, yeah. But I mean, unless I'm forgetting something, like it wasn't even that bad. It just seems that like we both got baited up GT, and then we're like about to follow those flippers, and they weren't required for anything. Yeah, because like you just needed. So where was the mushroom? The mushroom was somewhere. You know, that to get the first glove, and then without the flute, it was kind of awkward to get back to the mountain, but it was possible. And then you just needed that glove to get the shovel from Catfish to get the other glove. So it is a pretty bad chain, but like it still.
I had to get a glove, so the exciting thing I could do was go to the Catfish, one of the least convenient checks in the entire game, to get a shovel. Like, but yeah, you had, I think both runners had 3 crystals in the first 45 minutes or something. Like certainly the early game went super. It was just the last couple of items. Did you feel like you were super behind when you found the mirror quite late?
I didn't feel that bad about it. I guess I felt, I was kind of annoyed that I hadn't got it before I'd gone and done a bunch of Dark World stuff.
Yeah.
Because like that was kind of why I climbed GT, because I mean I had like 5 crystals, so I was still like, I mean, okay, I need to find a CT key, probably just full clear as much as I can of this. If it had been like glove or cane that I got, I probably would have left after the basement. But I got the mirror, and all it did was let me go to a bunch of places that I'd already been. And I was like, I do Kingston and Graveyard Lodge, but I could do this from the pyramid anyway. And then when all I got from climbing GT was Slippers, and then found Swamp right after, I was like, well, I guess I better hope this is the route. So yeah, the mirror didn't feel too bad, but then, I don't know, just overcommitting to the GT climb and Slippers did feel very bad.
I believe your opponent also wound up doing the GT climb eventually because they were running low on things to do. The one thing you did leave behind, which was fortunate for you, was Mimic Cave entrance, which you guys ran through the bridge super early, or through desert to get to the Turtle Rock Bridge super early.
Yeah.
And then went back through it again to get Mini Boulder Cave all speeded. And then neither one of you bothered to check the Mimic Cave entrance.
Is that East, or did ninjembro find Eastern?
He eventually found it, and that's where it is.
Right.
At Mimic Cave. And there's nothing there, obviously.
Yeah.
You guys have found all the things. In fact, ninjembro has found every small key in the game except for the one he needs, and every big key in the game except for the one he needs.
The CT key. Yeah, that was just at like some... It was at like one of the glove locked entrances, right?
It was like the second or third one you checked, which was also super fortunate for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of nice. I guess, even though I got the mirror lit, I got the glove even later, and then could go and do like the bumper cave check with that.
You could double up your set of bad checks with your other set of bad checks. All feel less bad.
Yeah. Because I honestly was like expecting like the CT small key to draw, but I got it way before the Maya big key. And then,
yeah. I mean, the Castle Tower key was in a location you totally would have checked in the first 20 minutes, only the game would give you a glove, right? It's totally on the, on the many early routes.
I was kind of, that like early fire rod from Super Bunning Skullwoods was like, it was funny, I guess. Like, it was good because I was like, well, I'm Super Bunning, there's no way I'll be able to do the fire rod thing anyway. Might as well check that. And then I got to it, and was like, oh, well, so I'm supposed to have Pearl for this. I guess I'm orphaning back of Skullwoods, so I was kind of expecting Eastern to be there.
If you know Item Pocket, you could have done it.
Yeah.
You had Dash, and you had Fire Rod. Do I remember how to do Item Pocket? No. But but it's a thing you could have done.
I think you need like some luck in how the entrances are laid out, but I mean, I have no idea.
You weren't going to go and re-bunny die just to open one entrance.
I mean, like, if I kept having to hunt for the Mara Big Key, I was...
No.
Also, how do you pronounce your name? Say it for me, please.
Breve.
Thank you.
Sorry, I speak French, and so breve was the obvious pronunciation as far as a Canadian, was concerned. But we'll get it right next time.
It's okay. And the other time in the stream, it was the exact same thing. It's fine. Like,
sorry, I usually Siberian, you're reading something into the audio. I usually try to ask before the run starts, but you guys were on delay, and so by the time I realized I hadn't asked, you guys were already racing. So I apologize for that.
No, it's fine. I should just add a bunch of E's to the
or just a little Irish flag or whatever.
We are almost to the collection rate, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we're running an over-under on your Fauna collection rate. There was something else early in the seed that was bad, and now I forget what it is. I usually keep notes. But...
The connectors, they were all dumb.
Oh, yeah. Yes, the connectors were all in particular Castle Tower, or not Castle Tower, the main part of the castle, the connector stuff.
Oh my god,
Those were so stupid. Oh my god, they were so bad.
Like, yeah, I got the boots. I could like go. I should go down and check these, but then I'll have to double back for the castle entrances. Oh no, there they both are. I mean, at least I didn't have to double back for them. But yeah, like not the most useful connector.
No, it was in general your connector game, other than that one desert entrance exit, which you guys both ran through half a dozen times to get to the dark world. Your connectors were terrible.
Yeah, it was kind of like, even though flippers and therefore and flute weren't required, it was nice to finally get the flute just to have an easier.
Oh, right. That's the other thing I wanted to mention. So you finally find the flute, you find the first glove, and I'm like, all right, the mitts are going to turn up and they're going to get to the my area, and that's going to solve the problem. And then it was just a glove locked connector that you could have gotten the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was when panic really set in. It's like, oh, I didn't actually need to do any of that flipper stuff when I got spat out in my yeah.
Wow, collection rate was 188. I said 185. I was close.
Nice.
You're much better at setting lines than my commentator a couple of days ago that missed by 22. So
I was hoping it was going to be close.
Yeah.
Somebody, Atsu, I think, won with 138 checks.
That's nice. That was nice one.
Pretty good for a thing. All right, so you're 5-1 now.
Yes.
There's 2 weeks left. You win them both, and you're in the brackets clean. You can take one loss and make it into the grand melee for the last 16 spots.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? Competition's getting tough here in the X1 bracket.
Yeah, very tough. I actually thought to myself, like, last week, I was like, wow, I made it to the point where the worst I can do is an even record, like 4-4. Right. And so getting one more so that the worst I can do is still a winning record is like, that feels good for me. But probably it's like the first time that I'll have ever had that in a tournament. Usually, I guess, like, when I first saw that it was Swiss format, I was kind of like, oh, I don't know about that. That's going to be a lot. But then it's like, okay, maybe I'll actually get used to playing in a tournament instead of, getting nervous and crashing out. So I guess it's been good for that. And yeah, I'm also just happy. Like, everyone else in these groups at this point is like extremely good. So yeah, and yeah, just see what happens. But yeah, not expecting too much more. Definitely happy to just be guaranteed a winning record.
I do think one of the virtues of Swiss versus like a double elim bracket is that everybody gets to have some experience, right? If it's the case that the top players play 10 races every time the tournament comes around, and the noobs play 2, hard for the new players to catch up on practice. So.
Yeah, exactly. I've always felt like I've never got like comfortable enough playing in tournament to like make much of a run, and in Swiss you're kind of guaranteed that, so it's been nice. And yeah, just having a lot of fun. Entrance modes are my favorite, and it's a good time to be an entrance player. So
Yep. Well, congratulations. Good luck. I hope you make the brackets.
Thank you.
Or at least make the ridiculous Grand Melee play-in game.
Yeah, that'd be a fun bloodbath. I'm sure. Yeah. Thanks so much for restreaming everything, all the commentary. And, yeah, ZeldaSpeedRuns.
So at that point, I will thank Jinxie Girl, who volunteered to do co-coms with me 10 minutes before the race started, because my previous co-commentator had to drop out to play their own match this week, which is, one of those good excuses. And also thank our trackers, Robs, who hopefully is okay, but fell off the internet about an hour ago, Tofile, and Siberian, who stepped in. Siberian, do you want to take off the stream?
Yeah, also GG to our runners. Make sure to give those a follow. Also, thank you Excalibur and Jinxie Girl for commentating. And don't forget our other tracker, Tofile. I hope I pronounced it correctly.
They're off to eat dinner, it's alright.
And of course we had Robs in the beginning. I will check in on him later if he's good. But next up on ZSR, here on this channel, in about 20 minutes, we have an Ocarina of Time Randomizer Dungeon Door Requirement Tournament match. And later today at 7 PM Eastern, we are going to show you a Zelda 2 Randomizer Standard Tournament match. 1 hour later at 8 PM Eastern, we have scheduled another Crosskeys Tournament match, Andy vs Orange. And at 10 PM Eastern we have a Wind Waker Randomizer Tournament match, as well as another planned Zelda 2 Randomizer Tournament match. For more Zelda content, make sure to check our schedule. Any final words?
No?
Good night, everybody.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
We're going to raid over to a smaller streamer who is playing Link to the Past Randomizer right now. Make sure to share some love. Then also thank you very much for watching, and see you next time here on ZSR.